What's going on, Diligent Minds community? We back with another episode of the Diligent Minds podcast. I'd like to welcome all my new listeners. I'd like to say welcome back to all my previous listeners, whether it's a couple episodes in, whether you've been here for a while. I truly appreciate every single one of you because you can spend your time doing or being anywhere else, but you're here with me. Why you here? I'd like to ask you, if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, get us some thumbs up. And if you listen on Apple Podcasts, go ahead and give this a rating and review. Take a few seconds out of your day, and it helps me grow the podcast as an independent creator. So I truly appreciate it. And if you think you know someone who may benefit from these episodes or this show in general, y'all just been talking, y'all holding each other accountable, go ahead and send the show over to them because it helps me grow as well. The more listeners we have, the better, the more impact we make, the more lives we change, which is what this show is all about. We about change, about helping you become better. Me providing these things that I learned along my journey to help you become better so that you can have a quick route. Well, I wouldn't say a quick route, but so you don't have to deal with a lot of obstacles that I had to deal with. You can learn from my mistakes. So if you like the sounds of that, again, please refer this to a friend or family member and leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts and give it a thumbs up on YouTube and hit that subscribe button as well. Now that we got that out the way, I want to remind you to check out all the links down below. We have coaching available, and we also have a free ebook for you just to help you get over your mindset, help you get over that little slump that you've been over so that you can have that progression in your life, so that you can have that clear mindset. So go ahead and check that out down in the description, show notes, wherever you're watching this, whatever it's called. It is down below for you. Now that all that's out the way, let's talk about today's episode. Today we are talking about stop letting your past set your standards today. You know, you're allowing yourself from the past, the old you, the things you used to, the things you just been carrying with you, the things that are just part of your personality that you need to let go. You need to leave them in the past, but you continue to bring them with you just because comfort, because of familiarity. All these reasons that make your life a little bit easier, a little more comfortable. But sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, growth requires you to get uncomfortable. In this current moment, too many of us are living with standards that we set yesterday. Your past is like a rear view mirror. It's useful to glance at, but it's dangerous for you to stare too long. Because if you stare too long, what happens? You can't think about what's ahead of you. You don't see what's coming next. You think about everything that's behind you, like let me look and see if it's close. Let me see if they're catching up to me. Let me see how far I've come. It's good to take a moment to look at how far you've come, but it's even better for you to look at what's next, so that you can prepare yourself, so that you can equip yourself with what you need, the maneuvers you need to make in your life. Our life is a book that we continuously write every single day. Every day we wake up, we picking up that pen, writing our story. We writing our story, we changing the dialogue, we changing the characters, we changing the plot twists. All these things happen in real time in our life. So every single day is you writing your story. Every single day is you adding on to your chapter. What if you decide to close out a chapter? That's what you want to do. But your life, that's the whole book itself in its entirety. So what is your life going to say about you? Is it going to be the same all the way through, chapter after chapter, paragraph after paragraph? Everything just recites the same thing over and over again. There's no change. If you were watching a TV show or a movie, how would you like this? How would you like that script if it showed the same thing every single time, every single scene? Everything was predictable. There was no change. There was no plot twist at all. Characters remained the same. They got burned out. Characters that didn't fit stayed there. And that's the same thing that happens in our lives. We don't change the plot. We don't change the storyline. We keep characters lingering around that no longer serves a purpose in this chapter. You're like, what are they still there for? They just standing there. They just standing in the corner. They not making any impact. They not making any change. They not making it exciting, or they not feeding into the script. So as you write your story of your life, what things are you continuing to carry with you that you should have let go a long time ago? What things are still lingering on? What people are still hanging in there? I want you to be mindful of this as you write your story, as you think about your life. We get more invested into other people saying what they should change, but we rarely look in the mirror and say what we need to change. Hold ourselves accountable. Be honest with ourselves. So take a look in that mirror. Think about, what do I need to change in this chapter of my life? Do I need to close out this chapter? What happened before is just one chapter in your life story. So don't carry that on with you. Just because it happened in your past, that was the past version of you. You made a mistake, don't carry that with you. Anybody that's in your life right now in this moment, if you don't know who you need to take away, think about people who bring up your past. Think about people who hold you on to the things you've been letting go. Think about the people who relate to your old story, the old version of you, but they have a hard time accepting the transition. These are the type of people that sometimes we need to leave in the past. We need to let these things go. If you stay stuck in this old chapter, you stay stuck in this current chapter of your life, you'll never experience what the rest of the book has to offer. And all the lessons that you had up to this point, they're just that. They're just lessons. They are not life sentences. Mistakes and setbacks don't define you. What they do is they teach you. These are your teachers. This is how you go and grow through lived experience. This is how you gain knowledge. This is how you gain wisdom, because you've been through it. You understand that journey. This is how you can share and help other people that's on that path. You know, we had those conversations with our friends, our family members, someone who looks up to us. Any of those things, we're able to share our experience. It's just like writing a review on a restaurant or a business or something. You share your experience with other people so that they can make an informed decision whether they decide to visit that establishment. And that's what's happening in your life. The things you did in the past, the things you learned from. You tell yourself, do I want to revisit that? Do I want to revisit this thing that happened in the past? I remember the review that I gave it, and I didn't like that. But then some of us continue to revisit these same things over and over again and expect a different result. We expect things to be different just because we keep visiting and we giving it another chance. And we saying, maybe things are different this time. Maybe things are going to change. And with reality, we know that they don't. We know that things are not going to change. But why do we go? We go because we're comfortable. We go because it's convenient. And this can be anything in your life. This isn't just establishments. This is people. This is situations, mindsets, habits, all the things that make us up, all the things that make us just push through life, all the things that help us get through life. So what things are you continuing to hold on to? What setbacks and mistakes are you continuing to latch on to yourself and you feeling like I'm inadequate right now? I'm not good enough. Or maybe I shouldn't do it because of this. What lies are you telling yourself? These are self-limiting beliefs. Every tough moment, every challenge that you faced up to this point in your life, I want you to think about some of them. Think about the lessons that you learned and the decisions that you made based on that, and that saved you time, that saved you a headache. And some of these things we know, and then we still make the same mistake because we hoping that we'll get a different outcome. In reality, we get the same things over and over, and we blame ourselves when we know better. The past doesn't hold a life sentence over you. It's evidence that you've grown and survived. It's evidence that you were able to get through it. Because you've got through all your bad days up to this point in your life. Up to when you're listening to this right now, you got through all your bad days. Look at you right now. Look in the mirror. Ask yourself, what does my story say about me? How can I talk about my life up to this point? What can I say that I've overcame? What can I say that I'm proud of? What things can I say, you know what? That don't work for me anymore. I have to leave that behind. So I want you to do an inventory on your life. Think about past and the present and where you'd like to go in the future. What things do you need to let go? What things are you still holding on to? What things are you still attaching yourself to that you know you need to let go of? This can be environments too, people, spaces that you've been. It could be mindsets again. All these types of things develop our current reality. And some of them don't even belong in this space because we've outgrown that space. Any improvements in your life requires new expectations. You can't level up with the same standards that kept you stuck. Yesterday's comfort zone becomes today's limitation. We grow in these comfort zones, but then we outgrow them, and then we continue to sit in them. What felt safe before may be holding you back right now. Recently, I had to hold myself accountable and say, what was I not doing? I felt like I was holding myself back. I was being my own anchor because I wasn't raising the standards in my life high enough to my expectations that I had for myself. I wasn't doing the extra work that I need to do. I wasn't doing the things that were challenging. I wasn't doing the things that were going to help me, like expand those muscles. You know how you go to the gym and you work out, they say lift more weight, and then you expand your muscles, you train your muscles. I was lifting the same weights. I was lifting those same ones because they're comfortable, and it wasn't giving me too much of a challenge. But then you have to expand those muscles. You have to pick up those heavier weights. And that's what happens with our comfort zones and our past standards. We have to change the standards. We have to change the bare minimum what we require in our life from ourselves, from others. But mostly we talk about ourselves. What are the standards that you haven't changed in your life because they challenge you, because you're comfortable? So I want you to think about that. I want you to ask yourself, what standards have I not changed that I know I need to change? How have I not pushed myself to the limits because I'm comfortable? I know I need to wake up every morning, but I don't do it. I know I need to go to the gym consistently, but I decide to just scroll on my phone. I know I need to eat better, but it's convenient and this comfort food fills me up, but I know it's bad for my health. How does any of these things relate to you or any other areas in your life? I want you to improve the room for improvement for yourself. Wherever stage you at, whatever journey you on, whatever thing you lingering on to, whatever comfort zone you sitting in, don't allow it to continue to be your limitation. Because growth begins with a choice. The moment you say, I won't settle for this anymore, everything begins to shift. But you need to be serious about it. You need to fully commit to yourself. What are you not serious about anymore? What are you not settling for anymore? Is that you not giving yourself 110%? Is that you not being serious about your life? You not being serious about your health? You not being serious about your craft, your career, your job, your love life, whatever it is? What is that for you? What standards are you keeping the same that you need to level up? What standards do you need to increase? What you need to take up a notch in your life? And again, you do not need permission. No one else has to validate your decision to raise your bar. It's yours to set. Just because they bar is right here, it doesn't mean that you're wrong or you should feel guilty because you set your bar here. Just because that's their ceiling, that can also just be your floor. Now I'm going to say that in a different way for you. When we begin to raise the bar for ourselves, make sure that your old ceiling is your new floor. You will never go below that. You will always continue to push yourself up. You will always go and increase the floor that you want. You don't want to go from level 2, go up to level 6, drop back down to level 4. No, we're going to continue to level ourselves up. Always push the limits on yourself to tell myself, this ceiling is going to be my new floor. And I'm going to make sure that happens. I'm certain it's going to happen. So again, what are the things you failing yourself on? What are the lies you're telling yourself? What improvements are you going to make? Focus on your health. Invest in yourself, mentally, emotionally. Invest in your career. Invest in your craft, your skills. Invest in your social circles, emotional circles. All of these aspects of our lives. What are the ones that need the most change for you? You hold on to the same standards that helped you yesterday, that helped the old version of you, but they don't carry you at this stage of your life. They don't matter at this chapter of your life, but you continue to bring it on with you. And when you do it, I want you to move on without guilt, because guilt ties you to an outdated version of yourself. It makes you feel bad. It makes you feel bad about leaving other people. It makes you feel bad about leaving the things that you love so much. Appreciate your past. Appreciate your past self for pushing through. But also recognize that it's time to evolve. It's time to move on. We always pushing the bar up like we just said. We always want to make sure that our current ceiling becomes our new floor. And any type of progress in your life, it demands that you let go of any shame and stepping into who you are. Don't feel bad about changing. Don't feel bad about growing. Don't feel bad about not knowing what's going to happen next. Because that's the beautiful thing. You trust in the process. You know that everything's going to work out the way it's supposed to. Don't feel guilty about that. Don't make yourself feel bad because you don't know the answers. You're not supposed to know the answers. And the beautiful part is, when you learn the answers, you have that testimony, you have that story to tell. You can help others. And you give yourself more confidence because you're proof that you can make it happen. Because you did it yourself. And some of the things that are ahead of us, if we keep raising the bar for ourselves, things like healthier relationships, things that serve us at the next stage of our lives, You begin to attract people who meet you at your new level. You begin to attract people who appreciate the things you're doing, who recognize these things. That's going to sometimes validate some of the things you're doing, even though we want to do our own validation. But let's be real. When we get validation from those outside of us, when we get validation from strangers, from friends, it makes us feel better about the things we're doing. You also get aligned opportunities. You begin to attract things. The right doors begin to open up when your standards match your goals. So what goals do you set and what standards are you changing to make sure that happens for you? And your future alignment, your habits, your mindsets, and your confidence all start working together. Everything just begins to make sense. Just because you chose, I'm going to change this story. I'm going to change at this chapter of my life. These are the new standards that I need to set, that I've been holding on to. I need to let these go. Now everything else begins to happen for you. All that manifestation, it begins to happen. But you must make sure that you align yourself with it. It's alignment and it attracts it. And just speak it into existence. Don't just say it and think about it. Say this with confidence. Say this knowing that you can make it happen. Don't say you hope or I wish. No, say it with authority. Say it with confidence. Say it with belief, with no doubt in your mind. No matter what your current reality tells you, align yourself with it right now. Become it right now. Become it this moment. So I want you to remember that your past was just preparation. It's not punishment for anything you went through. It's not punishment for the decisions you made. Let it be the foundation and not the ceiling. Stop letting the past set your standards. Your future you deserves much better. I want you to do yourself a favor and stop letting your past set your new standards. Stop allowing the things that happened before, the things that some people may still talk about, or things that you may still think about when your mind is quiet. Don't let those things set your new standards. You make the decision. You can't go back and change what happened. All you can do is begin to rewrite your story right now. So that wraps it up for today's episode. I just want to say thank you, and I want to remind you that it's up to you how your life turns out from this point going forward. The things you didn't know, it's your job to learn them. The things that you tolerated, it's your turn and your decision to not tolerate these things if they no longer align with you. Let people go, let environments go, let mindsets go, and don't feel guilty about it because you owe it to yourself. So what standards are you changing in your life? What challenges are you bringing into your life that you maybe declined before because it was a little challenging or it was a little uncomfortable? So I want you to answer these questions for yourself as we transition out of this episode. And also, don't forget to check out all the links down below for coaching. We also have the free ebook available. And I have a new video on YouTube as well. The link is down below for everything. Other than that, I want you to go out there and lock in on yourself and set your new standards. You hear the outro rolling in. You know what that means. Everybody's greatest within, even you.